Hey everyone, it's J-Kenn here on the Ordinary Average Guy podcast show. I just want to start off this episode by saying that if you do happen to listen to this podcast with little ears around, maybe not this one. Maybe not this one. That's all I'm going to say. Ordinary Average Guy podcast show. Hey everyone, it's the Ordinary Average Guy podcast show coming at you, previously recorded from the Buxty Hootie Studios. And I have today with me a beautiful young girl.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Cassadilla back on the show here.
Glad to be here.
Reason I have her, well, not the reason I have her on the show, but I always like having Cassadilla on the show, and I had to pull her arm to get down here, but she came down here and she got covered up in a nice little blankie, and we're gonna do a podcast, episode 28. Can you believe that it's been 28 episodes?
Yeah, that's longer than I thought it would go.
Yeah, me too. My goal is 52. And we'll see how that goes. Man, I'll tell you what, this past week, I felt like complete garbage. And I'm going to blame it all on our middle daughter.
Middle?
Our middle daughter, or our youngest daughter. I'm going to blame it all on her. I got a cold like you wouldn't believe, but I think I'm on the tail end of it. How have you been feeling?
I have surprisingly been good. Usually I feel like the one that always gets it, so it's probably my elderberry vitamins that I've been taking.
So what is this elderberry
I have no
vitamins?
idea. I've just seen people talk about it.
I've been taking magnesium and zinc like it's going out of style, and
yeah, you sound like you're doing great.
yeah, well, I do sound a lot. I think I sound better than I did on.
Yesterday, I guess.
Well, yesterday was rough. Today's Monday. Yesterday, Thursday was my worst day. I think Thursday I felt like I wasn't gonna make it, but then we pulled through.
Oh gosh.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. So dramatic. You're barely sick. It's like scratchy throat.
Yeah, it was really scratchy though.
Yeah, I had to go get his computer go all the way to go get it, and then you looked at it for 5 minutes once I brought it home.
I did not look at. I looked at it longer than that. Well, I was sick. I couldn't concentrate. I also think I've been giving up sugar. I feel like I've been doing a pretty good job at that, and I feel like the sugar, I have sugar withdrawals. I think that might be kicking in too.
Could be.
Have you ever given up sugar?
Well, we did when we did Whole30. A few times we've done it. So yes, I have. And you know that. I don't know why you're asking me so dumb.
I know, because the audience doesn't know it. How about that one? The tens and tens of people listening do not know that.
Yeah. Ask me differently.
I don't know.
I hate when you do that.
Do what?
Like you ask me something, you obviously know the answer to it. Phrase it different.
I don't know how else you phrase questions.
I don't know. Just be like, hey, remember that other time when we gave up sugar?
Yeah. Like you're right. I'm new at this. But I haven't eaten sugar at all since the 5th on St. Nick's Day. When St. Nick, the beautiful St. Nick, got me a Charleston shoe.
Oh yeah. Yep.
You knew those were
St. Nick went high and low to find that.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You did it at every gas station. Where'd you find it?
At the candy store downtown when I had to get M-Dog his cigarettes.
Share that story. It's a great story.
Well, I don't even know how he came upon the candy cigarettes.
Can you believe that candy cigarettes are still a
Up
thing?
north, maybe, I think.
Yeah, probably up north.
Anyways, so we have our elf that comes with St. Nick.
Elf on the Shelf.
And at bedtime, the night before St. Nick, he says to me, and Socks is the name of our elf.
S-O-X.
Yeah, S-O-X, Socks. And he's like, I just know that Socks is going to bring me candy cigarettes because he just knows what I want. And I'm like, Socks definitely did not get candy cigarettes. And Socks doesn't know where to find candy cigarettes. So tried seeing if I could Amazon at the same day. And then my sister-in-law said that she saw him at a candy store downtown. So I lucked out. Went there at 7 o'clock at night in this stupid traffic downtown. Parked a mile away. Had to walk there in the cold. And I got the cigarettes. And I think he's only eaten one out of the 2 boxes I bought him. So
yeah,
highly worth it.
Yeah. What what was I say? Oh, you want to give that restaurant or that candy shop a shout out?
Oh, sure. Crazy Sweet, it's called.
Crazy Sweet, downtown Appleton. Yeah.
They have ice cream in there too, Cedar Crust.
Oh,
so if you're looking for local Cedar Crust,
yeah, if
hit it up.
If you're not in the area here in Northeast Wisconsin and you're in Northeast Wisconsin, Cedar Crest is the Rolls Royce of candy or ice cream around here for sure. What was it? Oh, so then you parked on there. What? Yeah, that was the day before. That was December 4th, wasn't it?
It was the night that I had my mom meeting, so
I
had to leave early.
It's not MOPS anymore. It's Mom Co.
Yep.
And if we can get that word out there and spread that word, that'd be big.
I don't think they're gonna sponsor you.
You don't think so?
No.
Why not? This podcast has done more for women than we had a whole episode dedicated to women.
Yeah.
I never see Joe Rogan do that. Oh man. But anyway, so I'm going. So I had the Charleston Chew, but since the Charleston Chew, I haven't had any sugar. I've been off Diet Coke for weeks, a long time, and I can honestly say, getting off of Diet Coke was one of the hardest things I ever did. But I finally got off of it, and I don't even I can go by a refrigerator and not grab one. You're still pounding them down like.
I'm not pounding them down. I didn't have one today.
Oh, all right.
A few a week. It depends how
the kids are doing.
How annoyed I am.
Gotcha.
I look at Diet Coke.
So, are you drinking a Diet Coke right now?
Yeah, I should be. I look at Diet Coke like a drug addict getting its next fixed.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, sugar. That's the next vice off the list. And but anyway, that Elf on the Shelf. So we've been doing that for
our 3rd year.
This is our 3rd year going on. MJ's 6. So we started it when he was 3, I guess.
No, 4.
What? It's our 3rd year though.
Well, it's because he's.
Oh yeah, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you're right. So and he named it Socks, S-O-X, and I will say, like tonight, for example, when we're done doing this recording, we'll have to do something with that elf. We're running. Well, I don't know what other people do, but we make it that Saint Nick brings the elf and drops him off.
Sounds like a lot of people do everything differently with that. Like I've heard some people have it before Thanksgiving even.
Oh, really?
One of my friends, she just told me that she does it starting on December 1st, which I've heard people do that because they bring advent calendars with it. But
oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, but we kind of committed to the Saint Nick thing, so we can't.
Right.
I don't know
exactly.
how we go back on that. And we did the hitch a ride thing with. Which is funny that he hitches a ride because he apparently goes back to the North Pole on his own every night. So why would he need to hitch a ride?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like MJ, he's a smart kid, and they're all smart kids, but he's the oldest, obviously. And I feel like even the other day he was looking at socks, and he's like, "Socks, are your eyes stickers?" So
You should have been like from the couch. No, they're not.
they're not stickers. What are you talking about?
I'm a real boy.
Yeah. but oh man. So even though it's like every single, and the first year was a lot of fun because we went all out, but I think we used all the good ones right away. Like we had in zip lining through the kitchen. Did we do socks? So this
I don't
house
know
was
if
the
we-
first house we did it.
Yeah, we made some bogus rule that the oldest kid had to be 4 years old. So
Oh yeah.
that's why we. Yeah, so no.
Well, and it made sense too. I think.
Well, yeah, he
3
went
might
to
be a
really-
little too young. Well,
Well, at
granted,
least, yeah.
our middle child is 3.
Yeah, but she's kind of ahead of the game.
And she is. She's ahead. We're not bragging here, but she is old for her class, so ahead of the game. So, so we did. So right now we've been kind of running out of ideas. So if you guys have any ideas for Elf on the Shelf, please send them on over because I was excited.
And think
to,
about them like being like 11 o'clock midnight ideas because we usually fall asleep on our kids' beds. So
yeah, it's true
we
too.
have zero energy to do
Yeah.
anything elaborate,
I know,
or at least not lately.
but yeah, because like, what do we do so far? That we put it on the TV.
Well,
And-
that was the first night, and he had. I made
know
I
what
made a
the-
pretty cool swirly situation out of construction paper.
Yeah, you use what, Canva or whatever, right? Is that a thing, Canva?
I use Canva for everything, but yes, yeah, that's what I used all my elf stuff for.
all your elf stuff. Yeah, so you use Canva. You made this cool note, and then the second night we put them in a mirror, and that was kind of funny. I think they
Yeah.
got a kick out of that.
I did Canva on that one too.
So we put them in a mirror, and then we're like, and then she made a little note that said, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest elf of all?" And then, but MJ was like, I heard him say this, like, "Socks, you did that last year." So we must have did
did?
something like that last year.
See,
I don't know.
I have a document on our computer about what we all did, or at least what I can remember, because yeah,
No kidding.
he knows.
Yeah, it's crazy what he remembers. He doesn't remember, to flush the toilet, but he remembers too.
Yeah.
He remembers everything about what the Sox has been doing every single year. And so that's another thing too. So today I built him this past weekend I built him a popsicle stick house. And then we had Sox, the Elf on the Shelf, in the popsicle house. And last night was the first time we did something a little risque with it. Right?
I don't know if it was risque, but yeah.
Well, kind of, because MJ's kind of going through this phase. Do you know one of the reasons why he did it is because MJ's going through this phase where he's a little kid, so he's all like, girls are like cooties kind of thing. Girls have cooties kind of thing. So I put socks with a Barbie to show him that girls are cool.
Oh, that's why you did that?
Yeah.
I didn't get that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, right. So anyway, so we put him on a bench, and we had Socks put his arm around the Barbie, and it was kind of by her breast. That's just the way
Just
it
because the
ended
way his
up.
floppy arm fell.
Yeah, his little floppy arm fell right by her boobie. And then
She's babysitter Barbie though, so she's only got little buds. She's not full blown developed.
she's for a young babysitter Barbie, she's doing okay.
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess.
I've never seen a Barbie I didn't like.
What about in the Barbie movie with that like messed up Barbie?
Oh yeah, dude. That was weird.
Who played that? Kate McKinnon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kate McKinnon. It was funny, but
Yeah.
so yeah, the babysitter Barbie. So she had purple hair, and she's all like, I don't know, barely legal or whatever. So anyway, Sox was hitting her up last night, and then but like the thing is every time I go on Pinterest or something to look up socks ideas, it's always those kind of ideas. Like
Or it's one I feel like we've already done.
yeah, right.
Or a version of it.
I don't know. I think. Well, you know what would be cool. I don't even want to think about that. I don't even want to think about MJ not like him knowing about
Well, the thing
it.
too is I already feel like this year, like I remember like last year he would like if we put him on, we had him like on the kitchen counter a lot because our youngest was only a year and a half. So
Well, it's the same. It's the same.
well,
this year.
same thing this year too. But I remember
You can't touch
he would
the
like
elf.
go get his stool and he would put his face right close to it and he would talk to it.
Yeah.
We'd hear him like going like whisper stuff to him, but this year he doesn't really seem to be doing that.
Yeah, but every morning he comes downstairs and he's like, "Where's socks? Where's socks?" He tries to find him and
Yeah,
I mean, it's still the excitement is there.
right.
I just when the day comes where that's gonna be a tough day. That's gonna be a tough day, I think. When the cat's out of the bag, I don't even want to think about it. To be honest with you, I have been having more fun during Christmas these last 6 years than I had between, I would say, 5th grade till 6 years ago.
Well, definitely.
And that's something.
I feel like as a kid, once you, realize that Santa's not real, the jig's up. And then the magic doesn't really happen again until you have your own kids too.
Until you have your own kids,
too.
Exactly. So, yeah, man, if you're out there and you're kind of sad around Christmas time, have yourself a kid, and
and then wait a few years because it's
yeah, wait a few years.
So they're like
first
maybe
Christmas
4
yeah.
until they actually understand what Santa is.
Exactly. But I don't know. But anyway, the elf on the shelf. We're running out of ideas. But next year, our youngest little girl, she's 3 right now, but
No, she's not. My goodness, our youngest is two.
She's like 2 3/4.
No,
so.
she's not even 2.5 yet, technically.
Her birthday's in June.
Yeah, and halfway through that is December.
Oh yeah,
the 20th.
So she's a little younger than 2.5.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I'll call her 2.5, but not 3.
Well, I was gonna say she was kind of slow for 3 years old, but maybe she's actually right on track.
Yeah, I guess if you don't know what her age is, sure, she's doing great.
But anyway,
I wouldn't call her slow.
Well, I'm not saying. I mean, you said Mason MJ was advanced. No.
Oh my god. Let's just move on. Brent.
Okay. Oh my god, everyone's gonna know who we are. This is not going good.
Yeah.
Anyway, next year though, our youngest will know not to touch. You cannot. The rule is you can't touch the elf. If you touch the elf,
we did let the kids touch. We should talk about that. Last year, we decided to
on Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve. Was it Christmas Eve? Oh yeah.
It was on Christmas Eve because then, and I apologize for all the coughing. Got the black lung. But anyway, yeah, it was Christmas Eve because then we were like, hey, you can touch him, you can hug him, play with him, because he's gonna lose his magic. But Santa's coming, so he'll take him home to the North Pole.
And they love that.
And they loved that. They were playing with socks like he was a 4th sibling, and that was key. And then
they really want to do that again this year, but
what?
I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like Molly's gonna put a wrench in that.
How so?
Just not sharing, and I don't know.
Nah, they'll be all right. They'll be okay. Another little trick you could do with this elf on the shelf is put him in a jar. Like if you're gonna go somewhere on a trip, let's say.
We did that when we did Christmas cookies too. We had everyone's elf was in a jar.
Yeah,
that day, and then we all brought them to the cookies.
yeah, my sister, they do the elf on the shelf, and yeah, everyone put their elves in the jar, made little notes, and then we brought them to the same house, and that way they could all look
Yeah,
at
we,
each
we
other
had
through a
like,
jar.
we had like they talked at the North Pole, and they were like, "Oh, you're going to Grandma B's tomorrow? You're going to Grandma B's tomorrow? Well, let's hop in our jars tonight. We can go with."
Yeah, that worked out pretty slick. Are we doing cookies again this year?
Yeah, but not till like 2 days before Christmas.
Festivus?
No,
The
the day before
23rd?
that.
Are you, we are a household that celebrates Festivus as well. We go all out for the holidays. Which our house is looking, I think our house is looking fantastic. Do you?
Yeah, if you can see beyond all the kids' toys, looks great.
I got a cough. God damn it! I wish on actual podcasts
this is-
and radio shows
if
they have
I-
mute buttons.
If I like fiddle with something on my pants, he yells at me doing this, but I should be just laying into you. It's hurting my ears.
It's not that bad. Yeah, you're a stickler for our clean house, which is nice. But we have, it's decorated nicely. We got the tree up. It's all decorated. You did a great job on that. I'll give you that. Yeah, she did. It was nice. It was nice coming home from work and the tree was up. Well, I put the tree up, but the lights and everything were up. That was great.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think I've ever had help with the tree once. I think I do the lights and the ornaments and everything.
That's not true. That's
That is
not true at
completely
all.
true.
No, it's not.
You've never done the lights. I maybe let you do them 1 year, and I was like, no, I'll take that job back.
Did you listen to last week's episode by chance?
I haven't listened to the last 12 episodes.
Are you serious right now? You don't listen to the episodes?
Some of them I do. It's hard. I don't have a lot of time to listen to them. I swear too much, and I keep losing my headphones. I can't listen to them with the kids around.
I don't swear. I didn't swear at all this whole episode yet.
Good.
Now there's
There's a big disclaimer on it, so.
Well, I knew what we were going to be talking about,
Yeah.
and I don't want to. I do not want to be the person that ruins that for people. So, but it's kind of hard to talk about the elf on the shelf without letting people just so everyone knows, the elf on the shelf isn't a real person. it's like a doll. If you don't know what it is, you can find it.
I think everyone knows what that is.
Well, what's pissing me off is that, like you said the other day, you go to Walmart or Target, and there's these elves everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you supposed to take your kid to the store? And
Well, right, and they're always like on an end cap. I feel like there should be like a secret spot in the back of the store that's like in the automotive area or somewhere where you wouldn't walk by.
Yeah, or like
Should be like an unknown or like a.
There should be a van in front of the store.
Okay, well, what about
An
what?
unmarked
And then
van.
also too, when you were watching the football game the other day, and they were talking about it in the preseason or the pregame thing, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Preseason.
Yeah. In the pregame show, exactly. They were talking, and the woman host was like, "God damn it,
Sore. And Lord's name in vain.
Did you hear that?
Yep.
In your headphones?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. I'm an inch away from you.
Yeah. On the pregame, the woman host said right on the show to the guys, like, "Hey, do you guys do Elf on the Shelf at your house?" And MJ is sitting there watching it with me. Luckily, well, he wasn't sitting there. He was throwing the football around in the living room. And so luckily, I don't think he caught on. But I quickly dove for the remote and turned the channel because I didn't want the magic to be broken quite yet. You know what I mean? How old are you when you realized that it was all a hoax?
I think I was like in 4th grade. So 10, maybe 9, 10.
9 or 10 years old?
I think so.
I think I was in probably fourth grade too. I think fourth grade is the grade. I remember specifically being in fourth grade, and you know when you were a little girl, you wanted to be a waitress. That was your dream job.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what my dream job was?
A bus driver?
That that was one of them. That was one of them. That was my first ever dream job, to be a bus driver. I was really into buses. But an elf. I wanted to be an elf.
Yeah, maybe I do remember that.
Yeah, I wanted to go to the North Pole and be an elf. And I don't know how I found out, though. That I could not tell you. I think it was such a traumatic that it just was
Yeah, I
taken
think
out of my brain.
I know. I think one of the things was that I think I might have figured out one of the other ones was not real, and then I just started like asking questions.
Yeah.
But, it's kind of like, well,
Well,
okay, I'm okay with those not being real, but don't tell me that Santa's not real.
Yeah, I wasn't even a big fan of the Easter Bunny to begin with, but you're telling me Santa's not real?
Right. See, and I think for some reason I'm thinking like it might have been Easter. My mom got me, and some girls might know this, Two of a Kind book series, Mary Kate and Ashley, shout out. And I think she might have, like, I had a bulletin board in my room, and I think she, for some reason, if this was her incognito way to tell me it's not real, was she put the receipts of the books that she bought me on my bulletin board.
Your mom did that?
Yeah. And I feel like, and maybe like the whole like memory thing, like you said, like maybe I'm blocking part of that out, but that's what I remember. And I remember like stopping up to her and being like, what are these on my bulletin board? Like, how did you get these?
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know. Maybe she was thinking like, you're too old. You got to find out.
You were in fourth grade.
I don't know.
I'm going to
Like I said, I can't really remember.
keep my comments to myself.
But anyways, I am worried that I feel like fourth grade now is, well, our nephew's in fourth grade and he just found out. But I just feel like with social media.
Well, he found out because he was snooping around.
Yeah, that's right. With social media and everything, I just feel
and I should.
fourth grade
I want to.
might be a stretch.
Yep. Sorry, I just want to preface this. He was snooping around, not because he was looking for something. He was in the basement
Right.
looking for like
and he
a
found the elves. Yeah.
baseball mitt or something.
No, it was a box. But
a box. Oh, okay. Just
Yeah.
let him. Okay.
some box he could destroy or make something out of.
Oh, a cardboard box or something.
Yeah.
And then he found the elf.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, exactly. So that's unfortunate. But well, another thing that upsets me about this whole thing is that, like, every single Christmas movie, explain to me this, Hollywood. How is it that in every Christmas movie Santa's real, right? He's a real guy, but the parents never believe. Like, how is that even possible? Don't the parents ever come downstairs and
Polar
they're like,
Express.
"Well, we just watched that the other
Yeah.
night." But every other one, like, don't they ever come downstairs and they're like, "Well, what the hell, Sally? I didn't buy this bicycle for Nathan."
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Santa Claus, my favorite movie, Tim Allen. Like, he is so anti, the whole thing.
Tim Allen is?
Yeah, he's so anti. He even like denying that he's Santa, right? I mean,
Well, I think he was just freaking out.
well, that's that, but
But he,
yeah, I guess maybe they really didn't address that in the beginning. But
I think in Santa Claus with Tim Allen, great flick, by the way. And I don't know how you feel, but Santa Claus 2 and 3 was definitely a letdown, I think.
oh, for sure.
But
you know what? We haven't really watched that show. We need to watch that show on Disney Plus.
yeah,
We started watching it last year, and
because that was kind of funny.
I think we should just watch it on our own.
Yeah, definitely. We should. Why not? We just got done watching, or not done. It's coming out on Thursday again.
Jackal.
The Day of the Jackal.
Well, hold on. Before we get into that.
I already talked about last week.
Oh.
The Day of the Jackal. What are you going to say?
I have a question because I've been thinking about this. So if anyone wants to write in and answer, what do you guys do like when you go to a parade and Santa's there and all the other places that you can see Santa, especially like there's so many places in the area now. Have cookies with Santa here, have cookies with Santa there. Are you guys saying this is the real Santa? Because I feel like that's what I was always thought when I was young, but it just doesn't make sense to tell our kids that this is the real Santa and he's only in Appleton, Wisconsin, going to all these events. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like, and I feel like Mason is going, like, I just feel, I need to be prepared to answer this question because I feel like it's coming.
It's Santa's helpers. I thought we already went down that road.
That they all look just like Santa?
Well, they all dress up like Santa, yeah. I mean, that's not a. I'll answer that question right now. I don't think that's a hard one. They're Santa's helpers. You have the real Santa, but obviously Santa can't go everywhere and be everywhere at the same exact time. He's not omnipresent like the real reason of Christmas.
But listen to this. Listen to this.
Jesus Christ.
So the other night when I was putting Mason to sleep,
Are we done with the MJ thing? Are we done with it?
I mean, you've already blown that, but yeah.
I'm just done calling him MJ then.
Okay, great.
Right.
Okay, so a couple nights ago I was putting him to sleep, and our mother-in-law, Justin's mom, has last year and then maybe 2 years before that had Santa come to our Christmas, which is someone that she knows, and they look very authentic, but Mason fully believes that was Santa that showed up.
Mrs. Claus too was
and
there.
Mrs. Claus, I know, but I'm just saying,
Mrs. Claus was not what I expected.
All right. I'm just saying, though, what do people say? That, you guys are just so special that Santa just comes to you? You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think did we ever say to him that is the real Santa? I think he just thought that.
I know that. I'm saying he does think that because he told me 2 nights ago, but I didn't want to be like, that wasn't actually Santa. But I feel like, okay, I know that, but I'm just saying, I feel like the question's coming. Like, where he asks, specifically, we're at the parade on Saturday night. Santa on the float.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden Santa was at the North Pole in Chilton 20 minutes later. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
There's so many Santa stuff. How do you? I don't know. Do you just
say
they hire people? And because I feel like we need to be on the same page with that.
You're right. Come on, 10s and 10s. Write in an answer. How do we solve this issue?
Or how do you do it for your own kids?
Yeah, well, yeah. How do you do it for your own kids? And let's try to get on the same page. But that's a perfect example. Speaking of Santa, are we gonna make cookies for Santa on Christmas Eve?
We never made cookies for Santa on Christmas
Eve. Yeah, don't we
Eve.
leave cookies out in milk?
Well, yeah, we'll leave cookies out.
That's what I'm saying.
You just asked me that. I said we're gonna make them on the 22nd.
I know I'm doing no sugar though, man. That's a bummer.
Well, they're sour cream cookies.
There's no sugar in that?
I don't know. Doesn't taste like it.
I got my beef sticks today for my deer that I shot a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
There's frickin' sugar in it. I didn't know that.
I think there's sugar in all that stuff.
I don't.
That's why you can buy 0 sugar beef sticks now.
See, that's why RFK, man. I'm pretty excited about this guy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how you guys feel about that, listeners, but I'm hoping he cleans things up a little bit. 'Cause here I'm trying to eat healthy, and I can't even eat my own deer.
I saw that FDA might take red dye out.
So what does red dye do?
Oh my gosh! Don't ask me that. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Is that the one that's linked to autism, or people say? But I really don't know.
I think air is linked to autism.
That's true.
So, well, I don't know. Let's get into emails and some questions here because I don't know how much more I got.
You should have brought some water.
Oh, yeah. Damn it. That'd have been a good one. All right, we got an email here from, it's been a while. It's been a while since we got an email from Anita. Anita Hanjob. So, Anita here says, I'm sure while you were hanging up the Christmas tree lights, it wasn't the first time your wife told you that you weren't going in deep enough. Zing.
I don't even get it. Hang up the lights going deep?
Yeah. So remember,
What would I be going deep in? Or what would the lights be going deep in?
so last week when I was talking about putting the Christmas lights up, like I've helped you do before on the tree, I would never go deep into the tree. I would always, or you would always claim that I just kind of hang them over the branches, but I didn't go in far enough. I don't know what, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you would get the edges.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the big deal is though. What do you, why? So you know what I'm talking about. You like them in there deep.
In and out. In and superficial.
So that's last week I was saying that you, once upon a time you were yelling. And you would like wrap them around the branches and stuff like that?
I don't wrap it around. I just did like a once over.
So, but anyway, that's what Anita's talking about there. It's a good one, Anita. Oh, Anita.
You wish you knew.
Anita Hanjob. This looks like this is from, our dear
this
friend.
is also another woman that does the lights and the...
Mrs. Sassel emailing in. As you know, we all know Lou Sassel. This is Mrs. Sassel. Mr. Sassel doesn't put up lights. Mrs. Sassel has to do it. Interesting.
Sounds like they need their own podcast.
Yeah. Let's go to the message. Thanks for sending in your emails. We have a message here from Devin. Now, a couple weeks ago, I talked about I went hunting, and my brother and I did not know what the hell a 30, I guess it's a 30-06. There, I was saying it was a 30-6, but I guess it's 30-6. But he wrote in and given me the answer. 30, so 30-06. 30 equals the caliper, and then in what's those called again?
Diameter?
No, what's that thing in front of diameter?
A parenthesis?
Parenthesis.
Oh my god.
30 equals the caliper, parentheses. Okay, so 30 equals the caliper, which is the diameter, of the bullet, which is 3/10 of an inch. So that's how they get 30, because it's 3/10 of an inch. The bullet case design was invented in 1906. So 06 is based on the year 30-06. Maybe it is aught, because I think that's what they call when it's like you got the 10s, the 20s, the 30s. 0 through 9 are the aughts. Are the aughts.
That's what also suture is called too.
What?
The sizes of suture, it's like 2-aught, 3-aught, and it's 2/0, 3/0, and you say aught for 0.
Oh, no kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go. All right, there you go. Here we have a message from Christmas Kate. Oh, this is nice. She has a picture listening while baking cookies. She was baking cookies, and there she has the picture of the ordinary average guy playing. Must be on her iPad. That's nice, Christmas Kate. That was a nice picture. I'll see if I can put that on Facebook or something. We got some more messages here. Just want to make sure my thing is still going. This message is from Ben. Hello, J-Kenn. I'd like to hear your ordinary opinion on overlooked candy. I believe Rolos might be the most overlooked and underappreciated candy.
I also like Rolos.
Chocolate and caramel. Or caramel. Caramel.
Ooh.
Kind of an aunt thing. Talked about that last week. Oh, I talked about that last week. You're an ant person.
I am. Are there any other ants out there?
Chocolate and caramel. What's not to love? But I never hear anyone talk about them. Curious on your thoughts. Ben. P.S. Congrats on the deer. Major stepping stone in the life of a person. Thanks, Ben. So yeah, you are a Rolo person too. And here I have you have a snack down here.
I'm a Rolo person, but
well, your favorite snack of all time is frozen Kit Kats.
My favorite candy bar is Almond Joy.
Now that is a candy bar that does not get any love.
I know. Everybody always makes fun of me at our mom meetings.
Yeah, because Almond Joys they're not
delicious.
Joyous at all.
They are good.
Think about a Rolo. Let me think. Man, that's a good thing, Ben, because if I got candy in front of me, yeah, I'm not taking the Rolo. Well, are Rolos the one? Oh,
They're the little gold ones.
I know why I don't like Rolos, because they're so goddamn hard.
Stick to your teeth.
Yeah, they're hard and they stick to your teeth.
They're okay, but if I'm gonna go chocolate and caramel, Carmelos. That's the purple wrapper with the squares.
Oh yeah,
you break them, the caramel just like
oozes out of there.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
Yeah. So there you go, Ben. I think it's because the I agree. The Rolo it gets too hard. Now, what's the candy that's like a chocolate? It's like a little crown, and then it has the caramel.
Reese's peanut butter cup.
No, I think that's a Rolo. Maybe different kind of. I think I got
the gold one, the Rolo. It's like shaped like like this. And it's gold wrapper.
Yeah. What are some other candy bars? Almond Joy is one. I'm not going to make it. This may be the last podcast because next week's going to be my funeral.
Oh, God.
What's some other candy bars that don't get any love? I can't. You know what candy bar I love? I absolutely love. And you never see it anywhere. You never hear anyone talking about it.
Whatchamacallit?
Yes.
I knew you were going to say that.
How'd you know that?
I'm married to you.
Yeah. Just like
I like those Take Fives. Those are good.
Take Fives are good.
100 Grands.
Whatchamacallit used to make 100 Grands. Is that has like a wafer in it, right?
I think 100 Grands got a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Do you know that you can go to Wilmer's Chocolate and make your own chocolate bar? And you can watch them make it?
Now, where's Wilmer's Chocolate?
It's like on Wisconsin Avenue in Appleton.
Also Appleton.
It's like $10, I think. You go there, you make it, you tell them what they want it, and then they give it to you.
Let's not give them too much airtime here. They didn't pay.
Right.
But that sounds pretty cool. You can mix. You can just tell them, hey, I want this, I want this, I want this. Any candy bar with coconut should be just taken off the shelves.
Aw, come on, man.
I'm not a coconut. Coconut doesn't belong on a candy bar. What you like? One of those? What is it called?
Almond Joy. We just talked about.
Is that
losing your voice and also your mind?
Yeah. God, sorry. I'm so sorry. This is a good podcast too, and it's ruined by my coughing. Almond Joy. So it's got almonds and it's got coconut. They should actually put coconut in the name, I think. So to warn people.
Well, that's just because Mounds is the other one without the almonds.
But Mound Joy.
Oh my God, just Mounds.
Oh,
the red one.
Okay. So, yeah, man. I mean that's. I think everyone. It's funny that there's some. I was actually thinking about this the other. It's funny, Ben. It's funny that you emailed that because, the other day I was looking and I was thinking to myself, there's a lot of candy bars that I just kind of wonder. I was at Quick Trip, I think, or something, and I was just looking. It's like, how are these still even? Oh, bubble gum. I went and bought my daughter some bubble gum the other night, and
You did?
yeah, I didn't want to. I mean, I didn't need to tell the world or you that night, but I went and got her some gum.
Oh, that night when you ate it and I laid into you about it?
Yeah, I took the last piece. I didn't know it was a big deal. Apparently, it was.
It was her birthday gum. She was asking, she was so excited. She wanted my dad to give her gum for her birthday too, because he gave her Mason, or he gave some to Mason.
Yeah. So anyway, I saw a piece of gum there, and I took it, and I ate and I chewed on it, and you would have thought it was World War III. And
Okay.
so anyway, I felt bad about it, and I went to the gas station. I got some bubble gum, and as I was there, I was kind of thinking to myself, who actually is buying bubble gum?
I don't know.
Like who? I don't know. Like and there's all this sorts of stuff in there. Like who's buying this stuff? How are they still in business? I don't.
I like a good old fashioned Hershey bar, even though it's kind of plain. But
Yeah, Hershey bar is too
I like
plain for
those.
me. I can't do a Hershey bar unless it's in a s'more.
but you know what? Like
and then yep. I'm sorry.
Dove's got good chocolate. If I was just gonna eat a plain
Ah.
chocolate,
I was gonna say a s'more, but a s'more with a Reese's peanut butter cup. That takes the
oh
cake.
yeah, that's good.
That takes the cake. And next time you're camping and you're making s'mores, get some Reese's peanut butter cups in lieu of the Hershey, and you can thank the Ordinary Average Guy podcast show for that. We have one more message, and it's our friend Christmas Kate. Dear Mr. J-Kenn, just a few comments from the previous show. Unlike you, Christmas Kate listens to every episode.
Well, she doesn't have 3 kids.
All right, okay, touche. Just a few comments from the previous show. I 100% agree with you on soda versus pop and aunt versus aunt.
Okay, and I also want to just hold on, preface this with I think a lot of your tens and tens of listeners are all from your area where you grew up, and you guys all say aunt. Everyone I grew up with says aunt. So
Yeah.
if we're doing a poll based on the listeners here, I'm going to lose.
Yeah, also a poll based on how words are spelled.
Well, you don't say every word like it's spelled.
Okay. You're also a pop person.
I don't say pop.
You grew up saying pop.
My parents say pop. I don't say pop.
You never said pop.
No.
So when you and your mom and dad went to a restaurant and they you said I'll take.
Well, they always had a beer, so.
But you would say I would take a soda, or what kind of soda do you have? That's what you would have said.
I would never say. I don't think I've ever said pop in my life.
Good for you. That's fantastic. Anyway, she says not a noun. Okay, I agree. I 100% agree with you on soda versus pop and aunt versus aunt. Pop is a sound, not a noun. Ooh, pop is a sound, not a noun. And I feel like aunt is more sophisticated than aunt. Oh, that's nice too. Referring to your aunt as your aunt kind of makes it sound like you're from the backwoods of backwoods of never mind.
See, that's the total opposite. I think the Reedsville people do say aunt.
Yeah. So Christmas Kate. So where I'm from, there's a big rivalry between Reedsville and Valders. Anyway, she says backwoods or Reedsville. No offense to your relatives that had the misfortune of attending Reedsville instead of Valders. Haha. So for people to make fun of you for saying aunt doesn't make sense to me. You're right on this one. So actually, Christmas Kate, all my Reedsville friends say aunt as well. It's the Appleton people.
Nobody makes fun of him because he's making fun of me.
No one makes.
I've never heard anyone make fun of you for saying aunt.
No, people do.
Who?
The franchise.
Who does?
The franchise. Didn't you listen? No.
Didn't listen to it.
Me and the franchise talked about aunt and aunt. And
I guess I gotta. Well, when my audiobook is done, I'll.
So you. Whoa. So all this whole episode, we're 50 minutes in, and all I heard was, "I got 3 kids."
I found my headphones recently.
And then instead of listening to your husband's podcast,
I listen to you all the time. That's different.
All right. I gotcha. Unordinary opinion of the week. So I'm going to give a shout out to another high school buddy of mine, Brian. Brian, all of a sudden we got this package on the front door, and it was a heavy package. Opened it up, and in the box was probably 30?
More than that.
40 wrestling action figures from the old days. I'm talking the Attitude Era. I'm talking the Golden Era. I'm talking the early 90s. What the show? What do they call that? The new era? Anyway, all these wrestling figures. And my son, Mason, was jacked about it. Now, we don't watch wrestling in the household as a family yet because he's only 6 years old. But we're going to get there, right, honey? Honey? Right? We're going to get there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, my unordinary opinion this week is wrestling. I love wrestling. I grew up watching wrestling. I was a WWF guy. A lot of people I know were WCW guys. Brian.
Why were you different?
Why was I different?
That's why I don't get I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me at all.
What don't you understand about it? Like the
rival between whatever that is.
Well, okay. So the WWF was founded by a guy named Vince McMahon Sr., and then he ended up selling to his son Vince McMahon Jr.
Mm-hmm.
You see that documentary, right?
Well, I've seen you watch it.
Yeah. So back in the day, there was territorial wrestling, and there's territories all over the country. But Vince McMahon, it was unwritten rule to go into other people's territory. So there was a territory in New York, Florida, Texas, Mid-South, the Pacific Northwest, all of
got it.
Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so Vince McMahon was like, screw these territories. I'm taking over the whole country, the world. And he's going to run all these other little businesses out. And he did. But Ted Turner, you know that guy?
Nope.
You don't know Ted Turner? Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't remember that name.
No, so he's not a wrestler. He's the guy that's started CNN.
Got that. No, I don't know that name.
Oh, okay. So Ted Turner started CNN. He started like TBS.
CNN, like the news?
Yeah. CNN, like the news. And he was a really rich guy. And he bought, I believe it was Crockett Promotions, like the Carolinas, Georgia area.
Okay.
I believe it was Crockett Promotions. And he started WCW. Okay?
Okay.
Right? No, WCW was already exist. I got to refresh up on that. But anyway, he took WCW.
I'm sure you're going to get some emails to correct you.
I'm sure I
on
will.
This one.
I'm sure I will. But he took WCW and he wanted to compete against Vince McMahon. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So he signed Hulk Hogan. You know who Hulk Hogan is?
Yeah.
All right. And he signed Hulk Hogan. Long story short, Vince McMahon, Ted Turner on Monday Night Wars. You got Monday Night Raw. You know what that is.
Yeah, but I don't know which one.
That was WWF at the time.
Okay.
And then you had WCW Monday Nitro. And they were going, and that was the best.
This is when you were growing up?
Yeah, this is late 90s.
Okay.
All right. But I watched WWF because my favorite wrestler of all time, Bret the Hitman. Well, because Bret the Hitman
I had the
Hart.
pleasure of meeting that guy.
Bret Hart. Yeah, you did. You met him. We met Bret Hart.
Yeah.
A signing. We stood in line and everything.
Oh, yes, we did. Stood in line for a long time.
So anyway, but Bret Hart went to WCW. But I couldn't. Oh, that's another. The Montreal Screwdriver. That's a whole other. I could do a podcast on that. But there's already been thousands done. But I couldn't go. I just couldn't jump ship to WCW because then Stone Cold Steve Austin came and I was a Stone Cold guy. And so I was always a diehard WWF guy. And at the end of the day, WCW just kind of ran in the ground. It was bad business people. They didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know how to book the show. You know what I'm saying? So they ended up, Vince McMahon bought WCW, and now there's AEW and there's TNA. But now there's just WWE now is, I mean, they're knocking it out of the park. So I think people like my wife think that wrestling is dumb.
Me?
Yeah, you think wrestling is dumb, right?
Oh no, I think it's great.
But I'm sitting here and saying that
Heavy sarcasm.
if you are a wrestling fan, you wear that on your sleeve and you stand tall and proud about being a wrestling fan. I can't wait to watch. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Cassadilla, whatever we want to call you, she told Mason the other night that wrestling, you used the F word, that wrestling was fake.
Fucked. Just kidding.
And you even said you're not going to be happy with what I just told Mason. I would have rather had.
Yeah, and you should have saw the glare that I got.
Oh, is he pissed?
No, from you. You told me.
Oh, I was pissed. It's like you told. I would have been.
I don't want him thinking that shit is real.
It's not shit.
Well, it doesn't. It's so violent. And they're just screaming at each other.
Yeah, it's
all the backstories. That's what.
Anyway, all I'm telling you is
so
that
much theatrics.
My unordinary opinion is wrestling is cool. It is awesome, and if you like it, tell people. Tell people. The franchise was on the show a couple weeks ago. He's a big wrestling guy. We talked. That's how we became friends. We talked about wrestling at work.
Something funny. So yesterday, I was on Facebook and I'm on some moms group that's got people nationwide, and this girl was on there just talking about her husband's a piece of shit and he's cheating on her and all this stuff.
Okay, well that's all right.
I mean, anyways, so then. Naturally, I click on her profile.
Yeah, right.
Of course.
Definitely.
Because usually these posts are anonymous. But this one wasn't.
Oh, okay.
So then I Then I clicked on his profile from hers, and his most recent post was wishing happy birthday to Sting.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh.
And he's the one doing the cheating?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Oh man! But anyway, another shout out. Thanks to Brian.
And I would have never known who Sting was if we wouldn't have got those dolls in the mail. Because
whoa.
Oh no, I just.
They're not dolls. All right, boys don't play with dolls. All right, let's get that squared away right now. Boys don't play with dolls.
As soon as
they play
it
with
left my mouth, I knew I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get. I'm
they
gonna get it for this one."
They play with action figures.
Yeah.
So anyway, shout out to Brian from high school, man. Hope things are going good for you these days. I haven't seen you in since high school. So thanks for reaching out.
Does he listen to this?
I told him that I'd give him a shout out, so I hope he's listening. He's living in Minnesota right now, last I heard. So hopefully he can spread the word and we get some Minnesota people to listen. Well, we already do. We already have some Minnesota people listening. So this Saturday night, if you want to start watching wrestling, start this Saturday night, man. Saturday night main event on NBC Peacock. I think it's a one-time show.
A one-time show? There's like 5 shows a week.
That one show is Saturday night main event. It's the only time they're doing it. Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmares, facing Kevin Owens for the Undisputed Championship. So, okay, let's get this done with. The song of the week. We were talking about this song last night, and I couldn't get it out of my head. From 2010, Cassie and I went to a concert. She won tickets on the radio. Can you believe that? She won tickets on the radio.
I don't even remember what I won for.
You called in.
Oh, I never call. What I call in about?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but anyway, we went to a concert and we saw a band called Young the Giant at the Rave in Milwaukee. And there was a song that came out in 2010 by them that I used to listen to all the time with the windows down, radio up, baby, all the time. And I almost, if I would have been feeling a little better today, I would have done it today because it was 48 degrees. But I was just not in the mood, man. I was just so sick, so I couldn't do it. But anyway, the song is "My Body" by Young the Giant. check that song out, dude. Fun song, killer tune, right? You agree?
Yeah, that one song.
Yeah, we didn't really enjoy that
No,
concert
we
that
didn't.
much.
I think we left.
We did not
early.
leave early. I
think we
don't
left
leave shows
early.
early, man. I don't do it.
Well, we weren't into it, and I
Um,
also feel like there was a weird vibe there, and that was before.
And
we
that's-
had,
and
that
that
was
mean-
before we had kids and we were old people.
and that
We
means
went to
something.
show.
That means something coming from you because you've been to a lot of different kinds of shows at the rave, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
That's a whole other podcast. So anyway, thanks for sitting through this podcast. Sorry for all the coughing. I'll take your prayers.
God.
Sorry. Okay. All right. Have a good one. We'll see you next week. Bye.